Everyone wants their content to have that expensive high-end feel, but you absolutely do not need to drain your bank account to achieve it. You might assume that the first move is dropping serious cash on the latest camera bodies and expensive lenses, but that is a common misconception. While having great gear certainly helps, a massive chunk of perceived production value actually comes from the intentional choices you make during the editing process. Small, deliberate moves in post-production can trick the eye and the ear into believing your project was funded by a full studio budget. I am going to walk you through the mindset and the practical editing tricks that make any video feel instantly more luxe. We will also cover some vital productivity hacks, specifically how to use automation to turn one long video into dozens of polished clips so you can scale your creative output. The first principle of high-end design is to pick a single mood and commit to it fully without hesitation. The most expensive-looking content never feels scattered because every single frame feels purposeful and connected. Think about a massive tech brand commercial where everything is incredibly clean, typography is minimal, and every single cut exists to serve the product. The shots are certainly elite, but what really sells the prestige is the consistency of fonts, spacing, and the use of silence when it is needed. Now contrast that with a high-energy, personality-driven channel that uses rapid cuts, playful type, and an aesthetic that screams fun rather than refinement. That style is significantly louder, but it is still intentionally unified, which is the key to making it work. Your budget did not magically make one of these look expensive and the other not, because intentional design was the true differentiator. When your edit, typography, color, and sound all agree on the same vibe, the piece reads as professional even if you shot it entirely with a phone. So, what should you actually control in the edit suite to achieve this level of quality? Start with your fonts because typography is a fundamental part of your personal or brand identity. Pick fonts that match your specific tone, whether that is a restrained serif for an investigative piece or a chunky display font for a playful channel. Keep your caption style consistent across all of your videos so that viewers start to recognize you by these small subconscious signals. Believe it or not, audiences notice your font choices much more than you would expect. Color is your next major hurdle, especially when mixing footage from different cameras, phones, or stock clips. To make everything feel cohesive, do 2 distinct passes. One for color correction to match exposure, and a second for a unified grade. If you shot in a log profile, apply your log to Rec 709 conversion first to get that contrast back before layering your stylized look. Even a very basic grade unifies your disparate material and instantly raises the perceived production value of the whole project. Pacing and transitions are powerful storytelling tools, rather than just being eye candy for your audience. If your video is energetic, use quick cuts, bouncy motion, and playful text animations. If your piece is reflective or emotional, let your shots breathe by slowing down your cuts and using minimal, clean graphics. The key is coherence. Your transitions and timing need to echo the story you are trying to tell. Sound is the invisible glue that holds your video together. Pick music that matches the mood because you definitely do not want to slap aggressive techno on a nostalgic moment. Level your elements so that your dialogue sits clearly above the music and sound effects, rather than being swallowed by them. Tight sound editing can make a relatively cheap shoot feel significantly more cinematic. Now let's talk about some practical editing tips that will make a massive difference in your workflow. Animations that feel deliberate and smooth read as much higher quality than default, jarring movements. Use easing on your keyframes to ensure movement starts slowly and settles smoothly. Steeper slopes in your speed curves will accelerate the motion, while shallower slopes create a gentle, slow deceleration. Motion blur is essential for natural feeling movement, so try increasing your shutter angle to add that organic touch. Timing is about purpose, not just showing off your skills. If a graphic needs to grab attention, let it snap in quickly. But if your piece is calm, space your keyframes out for a glide effect. Film look hacks are also a great way to add nuance, glow, and grain to digital footage. LUT packs can get you most of the way there, and throwing one on an adjustment layer is a fast win for a consistent look. Add fine noise or grain to taste, because extreme digital sharpness can often look cheap. For that soft red glow on highlights known as halation, use a channel blur technique to create a beautiful filmic feel. Finally, layer in film overlays like dust, scratches, and light leaks to sell the authentic texture. A big bottleneck for most creators is scale. You can do all these things manually for one video, but what about a long live stream or a huge backlog of content? This is exactly where workflow tools win. Vizard helps you bridge the gap between pure creativity and the need for scale. Instead of manually scrubbing a 2-hour file, Vizard's auto-editing clips find the parts that are likely to perform. It identifies punchlines, reactions, and high-engagement snippets to generate ready-to-post clips for you. That means you can pick a consistent style for fonts, filters, and intros, and batch apply it to everything. You get the intentional look we discussed, but without the endless grind of manual editing. Auto-schedule is another game changer that allows you to queue content across platforms automatically. This means your audience sees a steady cadence without you needing to babysit every single upload. The content calendar ensures you are not juggling spreadsheets and random files, because everything lives in one place. Compared to hopping between your editing software, a folder of exports, and multiple social apps, that kind of centralization feels truly luxe. A quick note on asset libraries. Services like stock providers are amazing for getting overlays, ALS, and sound effects. They solve the "I need film grit right now" problem instantly. The downside is they are just stores, meaning you still have to find the moment in your long video and style it manually. That is where combining assets from a library with a tool like Vizard really pays off. You use the library for look and feel, and Vizard for discovery, batching, and distribution. Let's compare the workflow realities for a second. The traditional approach means you download raw footage, hunt through hours for the best bits, and manually queue uploads, which eats your time. The modern approach lets AI surface high-potential moments, applies your brand pack, and lets you preview the magic before scheduling. You keep your creative control, but with the massive muscle of automation behind you. It is not about outsourcing your taste. It is about removing the busy work so you can do more high-quality work. Here are a few final practical do's and don'ts to keep in mind. Do pick a single aesthetic and double down, because fonts, colors, and motion should all point to the same mood. Don't over-decorate, because effects lose their impact if you layer 15 of them on top of each other. Do grade for consistency, because matched exposure and color gradients make everything feel intentional. Don't let sound be an afterthought, since good audio editing sells more legitimacy than fancy visuals ever could. Do use templates to save time, but always tweak them so your content doesn't look like everyone else's. To be clear, standard editing software is incredible for surgical control, but you need smart methods to scale. Vizard doesn't replace your artistry, it amplifies it by finding the moments worth polishing. It frees you to apply the high-value touches we talked about, like easing, coherent typography, and clean sound. So next time you want a rich-looking edit, don't immediately shop for new cameras. Shop for better decisions. Define a mood, pick your fonts, match your color, shape your timing, and polish your sound. Use LUTs and tasteful overlays to add texture, and use a tool that helps you publish consistently. That is how you make content that reads like it had a massive studio budget, even if your credit card bill says otherwise. If you want, I can outline a simple brand pack for you, or walk through how to batch apply a visual style in your editor. Keep creating, keep being picky about your choices, and your audience will definitely perceive the value you intended. See you in the next one. And keep making better, more intentional videos.